Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back again for another NHL 16 Hockey Ultimate Team video. But today I'm going to be bringing you guys my very first team build of the year, and it's going to be the highest overall base bronze team that you can build in this game. So I just got done finishing up every CHL collection in this game, so I thought why not make a team build of the highest overall cards that you can put in each position, try them out, and actually see how they played. So it's a pretty unique little team build. I did a poll on Twitter asking you guys if you wanted me to keep the CHL logos or change all these players to their NHL logos, and honestly the poll was a 50-50 split, so I just left them at their CHL teams in case you guys are wondering where you guys can actually pick them up on the market instead of just putting the NHL teams behind them. But some of these guys do have special cards, you know, like Movember's, Team of the Weeks, and things like that. Some of them actually have Hockey Fight Cancer cards as well. But yeah, these are just the base bronze cards of these players in the game, and honestly they actually play not too bad. So let's go take a look at this whole entire lineup. So on the first line we're gonna have Anthony Duclair, Connor McDavid, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. So we have Arizona, Edmonton, and Columbus here on the first line. Connor McDavid honestly is a beast, even though all of his stats say 84. He's definitely the best player on this squad without a doubt. And he pairs up nicely with Duclair and Bjorkstrand, two snipers that can actually shoot the puck very, very well. So the first line is honestly pretty good, and McDavid's good at faceoffs as well. So that's a pretty good first line. Second line, we got Max Domi, Ivan Barbashev, and Valentin Zykov. So we got Arizona, St. Louis, and LA Kings. So pretty nice little lineup there. Domi, not as good as I thought he was going to be. Domi actually kind of surprised me a bit. I think his special cards are a lot better than his base ones, but still, his speed is good, but other than that, not really too great. Barbashev's actually not too bad. Zykov could be a little bit better, but still, it's a nice little second lineup there. Third pair, we got Nikolai Ehlers, Nick Patan, and Nastyuk, Zach Nastasuk, not Nastasuk. So Ehlers and Patan, two Winnipeg Jets players, and then Nastasuk is he's a Red Wings prospect, I believe. So Patan and Ehlers, that Winnipeg connection actually works very, very well together. And Nastasuk is a little bit speedy, but he's more there for that kind of two-way defensive prowess there. He can hit a little bit too, so not bad on the third line. And then on the fourth line, we got Jake Virtanen, Sam Reinhart, and Hunter Smith. So we got Vancouver, Buffalo, and the Calgary Flames here. Smith is actually really good. His skating is pretty much a lie. I don't think he has 81 skating at all. Reinhart and Connor McDavid are pretty much the top 2 point getters on this team so far in the 5 games that I have played. And I did play 5 games with this team. Thank you guys as well for the people that tested out this team for me. I played 3 friendly games and 2 just online Division 2 games. I won both of the Div 2 games and went 3 and 2-1 in the friendly games. But still, awesome lineup here. Just in case you're wondering if there are any snubs, like I said, there is a 77, but I wanted to go by the best overall players in each position. So if I want to go to bronze here, I think there might be one just reject player, and I think it's off the top of my head. It would be, yeah, guys like, I decided to not put Nick Ritchie in there just because I felt like there were better players in there for left wings. Who else was not included? I think, okay, Gauthier, obviously, but then you guys like Adam Ernie, Draisaitl, and players like that. So I went with just the best player in each position. Technically, I could have moved over, like, I could have moved Nick Ritchie to a wing, like a left wing or a right wing, but still, I went to go with Virtanen instead of Ritchie, and decided not to move him over to the right wing, even though I could have done that. But still, offense is actually not bad. There will be some clips later on in this video to show you guys just exactly how the team plays and tell you guys the weaknesses and the strong points of the team. But as we go to the defense now, we got Josh Morrissey and Massive Bowie, so we got a Winnipeg and Washington Capitals connection there. We got some line chemistry with this lineup as well, as they're both Kelowna Rockets and two-way forwards, so you got a nice little chemistry building right there. Second pair, you got a Flyers connection with Travis Sanheim and Ivan Provorov. Sanheim and Provorov are actually not too bad in this game. Provorov is actually very, very good. Sanheim is a little bit decent, a little bit slow out there, but still pretty good defensively. And then the third pair, you got Darnell Nurse and Shea Theodore, Edmonton and Anaheim connection there. So Nurse is actually very good as well, very speedy. Theodore is actually very speedy as well. a lot of these cards, like I said, their speeds, even though they only have like low 80s or mid 80s for their skating, they are a lot faster than they look. As the real Sykes likes to say, black magic is in effect when you use this team, without a doubt. They always seem to play very well this year. And then if we go to the defense here, we got Zachary Fucale and Eric Comrie. Now, you can interchange the goaltenders here if you so wish. You can go with either not silver goalies. You can either go with Eric Comrie in nets, or you can go with Tristan Jarry or Spencer Martin or Langhammer. But I think out of Eric Comrie or Tristan Jarry is probably the best options to go right here. As you guys can see, they have the same exact stats in high. Jarry is -2 in low and -1 in quickness, but he is +1 in positioning and +2 in rebound control. So it's either you want some more speed and more coverage on low shots, or if you want a better goaltender who's not going to be as fast but better positioning and rebound control on the shot. So it's your option who you want to go with. Fucale, though, is definitely your #1 choice, though, for the goaltender, without a doubt. So here's some gameplay just for you guys in the background, just to describe how, what the weaknesses and strengths of this team are. As I mentioned, a lot of them are faster than they look, especially once they go out for a line change. They have their initial burst of speed, and that's pretty much all you're going to get with the offensive skaters on the squad. They're going to have that initial burst of speed once they get off the bench, but it will not last for very long. Passing also seems to be a very, very big weakness for this team. Now, when I say passing, I mean those long outlet passes to each other. They have sometimes a little bit of trouble accepting the passes, but the main strength for this team, though, is quick passes. You got to make sure you do quick passes with this team, and if they're wide open, there's no way in hell that they're going to drop that pass. Breakaways, I had a couple breakaways with this team, especially with Connor McDavid, and McDavid, honestly, is a beast on the breakaways, and more often than not, you will not miss a breakaway with this team if you know, honestly, how to score a goal, but still, because they're so slow with their deking, most of them, it fools the goalie more than half the time. So because that they have slow deking in their hands, it sometimes does fool the goalie, and you will more than likely get a goal on the breakaway. Offensively, they can get knocked off the puck very, very easily, as you guys might have expected. Most of these players are not tall. They're roughly around 6 foot in height and weight, almost every single one of them. Some of them may be under 6 foot. But I think the tallest player on this team is 6'7" at Hunter Smith. And honestly, he flies out there for being 6'7". So he's the tallest player on the team, but he's on the 4th line. But mostly everybody else is around 6 foot or under 6 foot. So they're going to get knocked off the puck very, very easily. And I'm not even talking about just like a body check. Just a gentle push, and they're going to lose the puck very easily. So you got to make sure that you move the puck around quickly and protect it as best as possible. Now, when we get to the defense honestly is not too bad. If you run into a speedy opponent who has a speedy winger, yeah, you're going to get burned easily. But you just got to make sure that you play a very, very good collapsing game with this defensive squad, because they're not going to be able to catch up to the wingers, especially if they're going to blow right by you. You got to make sure you play a collapsing defense. And honestly, you got to play skill zone. As much as people might hate to play skill zone, you got to play skill zone with a very slow moving defensive core. It's pretty much the only way that you're going to be able to succeed with this team. As for the goaltenders, the goaltenders seemed pretty decent at stopping far away shots. There were the instances where, a tip here and there would go in, but facing like the pullback wristers and things like that, like shots from the point, those Zachary Fucale and Eric Comrie had a pretty decent time of covering those things. However, cross creases, they really struggled on cross creases a lot. More than almost all the cross creases that were attempted on these goalies went in most of the time. So you gotta watch out for the cross creases. Like I said, if you're playing collapsing and playing skill zone D with these guys, cross creases won't be too viable, but you do gotta be wary of that. And the one thing I do have to stress about these goaltenders is rebound control. So if these guys are not very good at facing rebounds. Their rebound control is very, very bad, so you got to make sure that you have a protect the net setting as well on your defense, so that way if the rebound is being scrambled in front of the net, you got to make sure you get it with your defense and clear it out of the zone as quickly as possible. So just showed you guys some gameplay there, and that is the highest overall rated bronze team that you guys can be able to create in this game. So if you guys do want to try it out, let me know. Honestly, all these players are not very expensive. Probably the most expensive players on the squad obviously is going to be Connor McDavid, but he's only going to run you maybe about 10 or 15K or so, and I think the next most expensive player is probably Duclair, and he's not going to run you that much either. So it's a very cheap team to build, and honestly, they're pretty decent. Like I said, Black Magic is in effect. This team always, for some reason, decides to do very well this year when you play the highest overall bronze players, and it's pretty fun to use, and you know what? It pisses people off when you beat them with this squad, without a doubt. So let me know if you guys have ever used any of these players on the squad, or if you want to, if you've ever built this team, let me know how they worked out for you. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I'll make sure to bring you guys some more team builds in the future. Obviously, we'll do a highest overall silver player rated build when we complete every single silver collection in this game, but that's not going to happen for a while down the road. But if you guys want to see some other team builds, let me know in the comment section, and I will bring that to you. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, guys, I forgot to mention that thanks to It's NHL or Matt for the amazing thumbnail that was provided with this video. Make sure to go check out his link in the description. So that's it, guys. See you next time.